Good day, one and all. My name is Kathy, and welcome to this episode of Scrap and Crafty Gardener. Today it's going to be a little bit different. I'm not doing any stamping. I have done some basic die cutting, and I have had a request to make, you see them on Pinterest all over the place, those monster face cards. Um, I have a child who wants one, and this child's favorite color is like a teal blue and hot pink. So that's the colors I'm going to go with today, and I'm going to give it a go. For my card, I have a 10 by 7 card. This measures 10 inches by 7 inches. Score it at your 5-inch line, fold it, and crease it with your bone folder. This looks blue in the camera, but this is teal. And then I have a piece of white that's 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and that's just going to go on the inside. In fact, I'll glue that down right now. Just because the card is so dark, and I prefer a white or a very pastel gray on the inside to do my writing. Okay. Now, for the monster itself, I've chosen 2 colors, the same color as the card. Both of these are 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And then I have a darker teal that I want to use for the inside of the mouth, at the back, and I've cut out some eyeballs with that. And then just a piece of hot pink. It can be any height. I'm not sure how wide I'm going to make this mouth, but it just needs to be as wide as your paper, so 4 3/4 inches wide. And then I have cut out some circles. I have 2 1 3/4 inch circles, 2 dark teal 1 1/4 inch circles, and 2 1-inch white circles. Now I use the Hero Arts Infinity Nested circles for this, but if you don't have them, whatever size will work for you. And then I have 2 17mm wiggle eyes that I'm going to put on the card. And then just some scraps of white because I need to cut out some teeth. Now for the mouth, I have this old Fiskars metal ruler, and I thought this would make a nice mouth shape. So I'm going to get started on that. Let's move this aside. Oh, and I have this happy birthday die. I cut it out in white. It just went nice with the color cardstock. This one I got at a yard sale, so I don't even know where that one came from. All right, so on this bright color, I want to figure out where I want to put my mouth and how crooked I want my mouth to be. I know I need to have, I want my eyeballs up here. So I want the bottom to be the biggest part because that's where I'm going to put my birthday sentiment. So I think if I put my eyeballs up here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace this out, and I'm just going to use a pen here. Make sure it works. I'm going to cut on this line, but I want the mouth to go that way, and I want a kind of an open mouth, like a crooked grin, if that makes sense. Not that way. I think this way looks cuter. He's going to have a crooked grin, he or she. Now I'm just going to get my scissors, and I'm going to cut so that the line is no longer visible. You could use, instead of just drawing it with a pen, if you had a craft mat that you could cut on, just use like an X-Acto knife or a craft knife and just cut that. Okay, oh, got a little bit of the ink still showing, so I want to get rid of that. But don't get rid of it all. I'll just cover it up with the tooth. So this is going to go on here, and that's going to go on there. And then the hot pink is going to be where the mouth or the tongue is. So I want to kind of, I'm going to create an angle for a tongue. Let's see. And this is going to be weird. Nobody else will have my particular style of card. There's just hundreds upon hundreds of different variations of this. Now, let's see how that will look. Maybe I need to do it that way. Now I'm not sure how I want to do this. I want the tongue. All right. Move the tongue up so it totally fills the top there. Well, that looks kind of strange. You know what? I think I'm just going to make the whole thing. Let me see how that would look just having the tongue a solid color. But then it doesn't look like a tongue. So that fills it. And then you can still see like the back of the epiglottis. You know, because your tongue doesn't fill your whole mouth. All right, this tongue's going to fill the whole mouth. You know, you have those visions and it just doesn't work out. Okay. So I'm going to glue that pink right down here across the middle. When your vision doesn't work out, you improvise. Yeah. Now this one I'm going to pop up just the littlest bit because I still need to put teeth behind it. So I'm just going to, oh no, I'll use my wider foam. No, I'm going to use my narrow foam on the edges because I want to be able to slip a tooth in behind it. Here it is. And then I'll put some of the wider foam in the middle. But just on the sides, I'll put my narrow foam. And back in at the bottom also. You know, I wanted to stamp on here. Well, I guess I'll stamp once I get it cut. And I want to leave that piece off this corner in case I need to tuck a tooth under there. I'll move that down there. Okay. Because I want to, oh, I don't need to stamp. I got a die cut. There, my brain is fried today. It's just so cold out today. I hope you all are staying warm and safe and happy and healthy. It's cold, but it was nice enough that I was able to open the windows that my cats like to sit in and give them a few moments of some fresh air. Okay, now this, get that lined up with the bottom of the card. Okay, now this is going to go on the top, but I want to get my eyeballs figured out here. I think I want to have him over here so that his mouth is opening this way. So I'm going to glue the eyeballs down first. So I want them to be a little crossed. I think like that. Now, they're together. And I want to bring those in as close as I can, kind of like that. Just take some basic shapes and see what you can come up with. That's what this is. These are just basic circles. And figure out how you can use them to make something different. My paper's a little shreddy. I've got little pieces everywhere. All right, now for the wiggle eyes. I'm going to put those on when I'm done, but I want to see how I'm going to position them. I think if I put them like that. Yeah, look at, oh yeah, that does give a good mouth. All right, so I'm going to put this piece on the card. Oops, getting glue everywhere today. Now, if you don't have this Fiskars ruler, you could just draw and cut out a shape that you wanted. So in this instance, if you were using the pink all the way across, like I ended up doing, you could have any color you wanted for your background base. Okay. Now this is going to get popped up even higher because I want the top mouth to be taller than the bottom mouth. So I'm going to use 2 strips of this foam tape to make it extra high. And I'm just going to put a little bit, I'm not going all the way down because I want to be able to put my teeth under here once I figure out how to make my teeth. All right, put this on, and I'm going to stand up to put this piece on the top. Okay. Now, I'm sure many of you have made cards similar to this. This is my first time attempting this. And maybe some of you haven't already, which is why I wanted to make this on camera. Now I'm going to put the wiggle eyes on. And then I'm going to start cutting out teeth. And I'm kind of putting them to the middle, so he's a little cross-eyed. Now you could do eyelashes, maybe out of some black. Oh, if I wouldn't have glued them down already. I have some a paper punch that looks like grass. And if you would have done some grass edgings and put behind the circles, that would have looked pretty too. All right, I'm going to glue on the happy birthday, as I want this down here. But do I want it? Yeah, I'm going to angle it like that, kind of going with angles on this card. And of course, when I'm all done, I'll bling this up as best as I can for a monster. All right. Okay, now to cut out some teeth. I've got these 2-inch strips. Or, well, I don't know how big the strips are. These are just what's left over when I cut out a card base. So let me see how wide this is. These are 1.5 inches. I think I'm going to cut that down to 1 inch. All right. And then I'm just going to cut some random triangles and squares because we're going to have some pointy teeth. And they're not all the same size. I think I'll make some fatter ones and some skinnier ones. And let me see how that's looking. If I want to use them as do I want to use them as the flat side? Oh, I think I kind of do. Or do I want to use a pointy side? Oh, yeah, he's going to have some fangs. All right, so let's get a couple, because you have to have your eye teeth. Now these, I'm going to use these little itty bitty ones for the top. These are just foam, and they're about the same height as what I used for the head when I doubled up my foam. So I'm going to give him a couple of fangs on top. So this is maybe like a vampire monster. And we'll have one fatter one here. And this one I'm just going to glue down flat. But I didn't put the glue all the way to the end, so it can still stick up a little bit. Now let's see how it looks if I throw a couple of square ones in there. And maybe make them smaller. I'm not going to glue these down until I figure out if this is what I want to do. No, I don't think I want, at least that fat one I don't want in there. Come on out of there. But maybe down here. Oh, some wider fangs would look kind of cool. Move these ones in a little closer. I'm liking those on the bottom, so let me glue these ones down. These ones, yeah, I'm going to put a small one there. My monster will have a mouthful of teeth. He's been going to the dentist quite regularly and still has all of his teeth. This one I'm going to make a little smaller so I can fit it under there. Yeah. But he could have used braces. All right, now I need some more up here. And I might need to cut some smaller ones. Let's trim this off a little bit and make you a skinnier one. Yeah. Yes, I'll cut this one down and then have a little one right there. Okay. As long as I left it wide enough that the foam will still fit on it. Yes, I think so. Yeah, you can't see it from the front. And get that under there. All right. Now, I want to add some sparkle to this. I have some rhinestones, and I have this Ohuhu art marker of G862 Peacock Green, which I thought might go along with this color. So let me see. Oh yeah, I like that color on there. So I'm gonna, I'll do just a few here just to see how that's gonna look on here. So I want to kind of frame the happy birthday. This one's, I'm glad this is for a girl. I'll have to do this again in a darker color because maybe somebody would like it for a boy. I like that. Now I'm going to take frosted lace, but I want to take my Ohuhu BG038 Cool Gray, and I'm just going to tone down around the eyeballs, just adding a little bit of gray shadows to make them look a little bit more three-dimensional. I'm just scribbling along the side. And it looks like I'm having a little bit of lag in the video. I hope it's not too bad for you. And you really probably can't see that, but in person it adds just a little bit of depth and dimension to the eyeballs. And I'll do that to the inside too. It makes them look more rounded, more 3D. And I'm just going to go along the inside of this one also. Just a littlest bit of a color kind of sets things off a little bit. Now I want my fangs to sparkle. So I've got my Frosted Lace Stickles. I was thinking of Winkastella. And I'm just going to make these teeth sparkly. Because this one just got back from the dentist and had a cleaning. And they're all clean and sparkly. You could even make this card for maybe someone who just had a dental visit, maybe their first ever cleaning, as like a, yay, you did it kind of thing. And look at how shiny and sparkly your teeth are. Of course, if they didn't, then you could make one of these look a little yellowed or decayed. That would be a sad card, though. I wouldn't do that. Let's see. I can't get you to see the sparkle. There's a little bit of it. Now look at those wiggle eyes just moving. Okay, that is my card for today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have, can't get that cap on, a great rest of your day, and I will see you tomorrow.